All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Vape'n Bastard. Um, hanging out with the Blue Collar Bastard. Now, tonight we're gonna do something that we don't normally do on this channel. Normally, I pick up everything, well, secondhand, you know, off of the Book of Faces, like my Susie here. But or we buy clones of things. And well, tonight we're gonna do an authentic, which is out of the norm for me, and it's also brand new, which is also out of the norm for me. Kind of weird, I know, but let's take a look. We're going to be taking a look at this one from MK Mods, and it is an 18650 Boro device, and it is designed by MK Mods, but it is manufactured in China. This one's black and white. There's nothing really else on the box other than what I have to cover for YouTube. And I'm not promoting this, I'm not selling this, nothing. This is just knowledge on what it is and how it works. All right, so tonight we're going to be taking a look at I guess you'd call this the FoDemech. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. But we're going to call it the Fo. Just makes it easier. Okay? So that's what we're going to call it. So I'm going to open it up and we're going to go through everything in the box. It's pretty simple. You get the mod itself. You get another, it looks like another ring. We'll figure out what that's for in a minute. And I don't think, oh, there's some other stuff in the box. Oh, cool. Other panels. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to set this out of the way for a minute. We're going to take a look at this. This is a fully mechanical Boro mod. You got two. Yeah, I was using it. But we got two panels, one for each side. You have the mod itself, adjustable 510 right there, and you adjust it from down here. Let's put you down here. There you go. You adjust it from right here. You can make that lower pin go way up there or way down, either way. I normally like to leave it a little bit flush and then I'll adjust it when I get it in there. You have, it looks silver, but it's probably silver plated connector. And it just slides right in. Well, if I would pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. The connector just slides right in. Just like that. If I take one of these and yep, there we go. It comes with the flush nut. And around the top it says designed, oh yeah, I had to read it, sorry. It says designed by MK Mods. Got some branding on the side. And nothing on the button, just a slick button. Now, this is a fairly simple mech mod. I've went over them like what I did with my Susie. But we'll put a Boro in here and a battery in here, and we'll fire it up, and I'll show you the contacts and all that good stuff. This is right there. This is another connector or contact. Sorry, this is another contact for right there. I don't know why they gave you two of them, probably because it's prone to breaking. But it's nice that they included it so you don't have to hunt them down to get a new one. Now, let's take a look at these panels. All right. They do have the battery cutouts, but that's what these are for. They've got some weird little design on it. I think I would have liked this design better than the rough design that's here. And these literally just slide in place. Jeez, get in there. Yeah, and they just slide right in place like that. Just like that. For this episode, I think we're gonna rock them in just because. Even though I do have a battery wrap that looks really nice in this one, we'll just go ahead and wrap them up. And they're friction fit, so they just press right into place. Takes a little finessing to get them in there. And now something I will say is this side panels fit great. There's no movement, no nothing. But this one with no battery in, you will notice that, ooh, it didn't do it that time. There it is. The center popped out. But I was having an issue earlier where I would push on this, there it goes, and it just pops off. It's just that corner, and it's usually only without a battery in there. That gets annoying really quickly. But in all fairness, I'm pretty sure you can get different panels. But it is held on by magnets. There's a magnet, one on this side, where you put the battery in. There's only one magnet. These two are supposed to stick to the battery. Really simple. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you can get different panels, different buttons. But I might get some black paint and fill that in, make it look nice. See if I can't find a different set of black panels for it. But all in all, it is a mechanical mod. If you've never used a mechanical mod before, do your research. Learn Ohm's law before you get hurt. These things will hurt you if you do it wrong. There's no safety mechanisms on this. There's no, oh, I messed up. The mod's going to save me because it's got a bunch of electronics in it. No, that doesn't happen in this one. This is just straight battery power to coil. So if you're not used to that, do your research. Please look into it. Know battery safety. Know what your resistance is. So we're going to throw this battery in, and we're going to throw the ether in, but it's in the Voodoo Boro. I like the way they look together. They just look really good. And I know this coil is at 2.2 when I measured it, when I put it in here. So if you would like a video explaining battery safety, Ohm's law, things of that nature, put it down in the comments. Let me know. I'm more than happy to do my best to explain it to the best of my abilities. You see how that flush nut's way up there? If I take this, let me loosen this back up, and I screw this down some more, set it in straight, I can adjust the height of that flush nut, which is pretty cool. I do like that feature. The Susie has it too, but I do like that feature. Now, with the way that these contacts are set up, there's no battery orientation on the inside of here. I've looked and looked and looked and looked. There's no battery orientation. There's no paperwork. I'm going off of old school knowledge and, well, fitment, I guess you'd say. This side has a wider contact patch than up here. And if you notice on a wrapped battery, this is a small contact patch. This is a big contact patch. So we're going to go positive up. I know it's completely different than every other bore you have, but we're going to go positive up. We're going to take this panel. See, I like that battery wrap, even though it is upside down. And we're going to set that in place. Now, I will show you what it looks like without the panel. And that's what I was talking about. Even with the battery in there, pushes right out. And we'll pop that panel off. There you go. And if you can look down in there, those magnets that are supposed to be there touching the battery aren't even close. Like, they don't even touch. There's a full gap right there. I would have not had this cut out here, and I would have put the magnet here and here. That way, at least I know they would contact the battery. But let's throw this Delrin tip on here. That ether is really hard to see in there because it's black on black. All right. Let's show you how this works. Let me turn off this light, make it a little bit darker in here. If you watch right here, here and here, that's where the contact happens. See the spark? Let's see if I can get it. There is a direct contact between the battery and the coil that's in the ether. So if that coil's too low, it'll burn this battery. If there's too much resistance, it'll draw too many amps and it will overheat the battery and the battery will vent, and that's not good. Mechs are they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, but they take a lot of knowledge. So please take your time and be very, very safe with them. Because if you do it wrong and you just throw this in your bag and this this cover comes off, this is just a regular old screwdriver, right? Actually, do I have one right here? Yeah. Change, just like what's in your pocket. It will fire if something metal comes in contact with it. So please, if you don't know how to use a mech, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. There's plenty of tutorials. You may have to go back a few years, quite a few years, but there's a few of them on there. If you would like a breakdown of how to use one or how to use one safely, what my build parameters are for it, because everybody's is different, Yeah, like I said, let me know. Put it down in the comments. But for under half a bill, you can't really go wrong purchasing it if you know mechs, if you understand mechs. If you've never done it, this right here will hurt you. But for the price and you understand how mechs work, you can't really beat it. It's a really nice, sturdy mod. I like the coloration. I think that's actual. I think it's actual peak. I'm not sure. I mean, not peak, but Delrin. I'm not sure. It's probably not. It's probably plastic that's been cut out, milled out, whatever you want to call it. And if you're wondering, this has what do I do with it? I put it right there. Yep. This has this in it. Just so you understand what I'm talking about. The resistance on this is mine's 2.1. It come out right in the middle, right where it was supposed to be. This is what I run in my regulated. See the difference? 3.5 ohms, 2 to 2.2 ohms. Or, sorry, 0.2 to 0.22. Big difference on how the batteries are going to react. Will your battery fire this? Yes. Will it overheat? Maybe. Depending on how long you're holding that button down. Because there is no 10-second cutoff on this. You can hold that button down and it will just go and go and go and go. As long as that button's pressed and making that contact, it will go off. So please, please be very careful. But that's all I have for this one. It's really simple, really easy. And like I said, I'm not one to run it with. I don't even know where that panel went. It's right there. I'm not a fan of the panels. I may leave it on this side because, well, it looks nifty. But I do like having the battery wrap exposed. I may have to rewrap one of these the right way up. But if you under, like I said, if you want to know about mechs, I have a few mechs. I also have some purges, which if I can find one, I'll stick an image up here. Um, I think they might be tucked away right now, but I have a few. I have a few mechs. Um, if that's something you're interested in, put it down in the comments. Let me know. I'll do my best to explain the way I do it, the way I run my coils, the way I run my batteries, the way I run all of my mechs. And if you'd like to see the tube mechs that I have, they're a little bit old school, but put it down in the comments. Let me know. But thank you again for coming and visiting the Vape'n Bastard channel, and thank you for hanging out with the Blue Collar Bastard. I'm going to call it a night, and I will see y'all again next Sunday. Oh, I also have a Patreon for this channel. I will link it down below. If you want to see what I get up to outside of here, it's not just vape content, it's all types of content. What I do in my daily life, cars I'm working on at the moment, trips I'm on. I actually have a trip coming up on Father's Day weekend. I'm going to be in South Carolina. So, yeah. If you want to see pictures from that, it'll be on the Patreon. Y'all take it easy.